He is John Barry. How are you, John?
Hello, Rich.
Where have I found you, John? Where have I found you in Ohio?
I'd be at the Firestone Country Club. It's a nice little spot out here in Akron.
Wow. So are you breaking club rules by kindly calling into this show right now on the cell phone?
It's a possibility. It's a probability. But
okay.
For you, I'll do anything.
I appreciate that. When is your tea time in relation to right now? When is that?
Well, we've got about 40 minutes till we tee it up. I got Mike Breen out here, the great voice of the NBA.
What was the other foursome? Well, how does the foursome get rounded out? Who else is there?
Well, we have a guy that I met here that sits courtside in Cleveland that I've been here so often over the years. We've become friends.
And that was the invite, and that's the person who gave you the Firestone hookup?
Correct.
Okay.
And actually, I sat next to Jason Day last night, and I was like a little smitten kid, just asking question after question.
No kidding. So is he a huge Hoops fan, Jason Day? I'd imagine.
He is.
He's there.
He is. I mean, a big Cavs fan, and actually now I'm rooting for a 5-game series because I'll get to play with him next week if we go 5. So.
Now Day is there, still sitting courtside, even though his wife took one really took one in the chops in the front row. From
yes,
LeBron,
I did.
right?
I asked him about that, and he just said, look, it's a natural reaction when a guy 6'8", 270 is coming right at you to maybe get out of the way. But he was good spirits about it. It was funny.
Yeah, and I know you're a big golf guy. So, but that said, are you a warm-up person? Do you have to?
Please.
Do you have to warm up, or just you can get out of the car and just peg it up and get going?
Rich.
Yes, John.
If you got off a 19-hour flight and I said hit a 103-yard shot over water, I would trust that you could do that.
Don't trust that on me, John.
No, I mean, come on.
I don't like hitting the range. I like just showing up, but I stink. You know what I mean? I'm a 20 handicapper. I can't get any better at this point in time.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't want to waste any good swings on the range.
That's true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Well, anyway.
Come on, Tiger. 103, bro. Come on.
Yeah, my back's stiff at 46 right now, too, by the way. I got John Barry. I got John Barry here on the Rich Eisen Show. Okay, so convince me that this series isn't over, John.
OKC got pounded by San Antonio in Game 1 in the last series and won.
Mm-hmm.
That's my best sales point.
That's a good one.
Look, Toronto just said we're not going to get beat by the 3-ball last night, and that's all well and good, but you can't give up layups. I mean, I would start my defensive game plan by assuming that there's no way Cleveland could continue to shoot the ball as well as they shot it from 3, and then make an adjustment off of that. But they just said, okay, no threes, and you can just lay the ball in. And they had no paint protection, and they got beat off the dribble, and it obviously did not work.
So what happens from here on out? I mean, what can the Raptors possibly do to stop this machine that is humming on every possible cylinder in Cleveland, John?
Yeah, well, it's going to be tough. I mean, I think you have to contain the basketball. That's what leads to open threes. Anytime, if it's Irving or LeBron James breaks you down and gets into your lane, instead of coming to help, they didn't do that last night. I think they're going to have to help and force these guys to make perimeter shots. But the bottom line is you have to stop the dribble. And it's really Irving and LeBron are the only two guys that really penetrate the basketball. So you have to find a way to stay in front of them. And then, obviously Lowry has to play better. DeRozan got off to a great start yesterday, but it's just hard for Toronto to find enough scoring to beat this Cleveland team. When they want to play defense, they're awfully good.
John Barry from ESPN. He's calling the games on ESPN Radio with Mark Kestisher, a longtime ESPN Radio guy, joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. Okay, so if Tyronn Lue and Pat Riley were in the same sentence, I would say, well, Tyronn Lue is coaching the Cavs, and there's Pat Riley in the stands watching the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. But instead now, it's Tyronn Lue is now 9-0 as a playoff coach, and the last guy to start his playoff career with 9 straight wins in the play as a head coach is Pat Riley. What has Tyronn Lue done, John? Put it in there for me.
You have to give him credit. I think he's come in, and he's not trying to say that I'm a difference maker and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I think he's given the credit to the players that they've come together. There seems to be a better trust factor, certainly between the big three. LeBron James is allowing Kyrie Irving to be Kyrie Irving, to play more of the point guard position, whereas before I think LeBron was a guy like to dominate the ball and be that point forward. Kevin Love is more involved in their game plan, although last night they didn't really need him. He's more aggressive, and there's just a different focus that I see with this group throughout this run, particularly from LeBron James. And Tyronn Lue gets some credit. They've regained their defensive disposition, and offensively they are on an absolute tear right now.
Well, they look like a championship team. Let's call it what we've seen. But the question is have they faced the competition in the Eastern Conference that can lead us to believe that whoever comes out of the West is in trouble? Yeah,
right, exactly. I mean, if they got to play someone against the East or in the East in the finals, I think we could say it's a Cleveland championship. Clearly, the East not nearly as strong as the Western Conference. But again, the brand of basketball they're playing is championship level. Well, obviously, we're going to find out, but they have an excellent chance, whether it be OKC or Golden State, and it's going to be one heck of a final when we get there, because Cleveland will definitely be there.
All right, John. Look, I know you gotta do some prep. You got to do some prep before your golf outing here. I mean,
prep of what?
I don't know. I mean, do you roll them? Do you roll some? Do you putt? You definitely have to get the sense of the
well,
greens.
no. I mean, I studied the pin sheet last night after the game. But,
did you? So did you really though, John?
No.
I don't know. I mean, some people might do that. I mean, Firestone, that's a pretty neat spot. That's a pretty neat
you
spot.
have to be ready. So I will hopefully hit the ball okay.
Okay. If you're Philly, do you take Simmons or do you take Ingram? Who do you take?
Man, I kind of lead towards Ingram, a guy that can really shoot the ball. Simmons really doesn't shoot the ball with any distance, but I love his basketball IQ. I mean, he's a point forward. I love the way he sees the floor. So there's a potential that he could be a major star, but same for Ingram. I think you can't go wrong either way.
Yeah, and the Lakers, they breathed a sigh of relief last night, man.
Now they don't have to make the decision. They're stuck with the other one, so they can't go wrong. Well,
just like last year with waiting to see who the Sixers take. Sort of like
Correct.
last year without Minnesota in front of them. All right, hit him straight. You giving out any candy today, John, on that course?
Oh, yes, plenty of candy.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, very good.
Absolutely.
All right, John, hit him straight. Thanks for doing this.
All right, good to talk to you, Rich.
Appreciate you bet. That's John Barry of ESPN in between games 1 and 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals that he's calling on ESPN Radio.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.